Peace and grace be upon you, beloved. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble across this moment. This is not a coincidence. Heaven has stirred your spirit and guided your steps, because a message is being whispered from the unseen, meant only for those who are ready to hear. Your soul has felt the tremble, that deep inner nudge, the ache that won't be quiet. You've sensed that something greater has been unfolding behind the veil. And now, heaven is speaking directly to you. This message carries weight. It carries legacy. It carries truth that will not only heal your heart, but confirm what your spirit has long suspected. You were sent to break what others submitted to. You were born to interrupt what ran through generations like a storm. There is a reason the weight has been so heavy. There is a reason your story has felt so different. This is not just your journey. This is your bloodline's awakening. Let these words wash over you like a gentle rain. Pause and breathe. Let this be the confirmation your soul has been crying out for. If this resonates already, type "I receive" in the comments to activate what's being revealed. Angels say you're the one who broke a generational pattern in their life. You didn't just show up to love them. You showed up to shift something ancient, something unseen, yet deeply rooted. Your presence disrupted cycles. Cycles of silence. Cycles of shame. Cycles that repeated through their family, through their soul, through the people who came before them. You didn't do it with force. You did it with your being. Your light, your wisdom, your pain-born compassion. These were not small things. These were sacred keys that unlocked doors they didn't even know were closed. They may not have had the words, but their soul recognized you the moment you entered their life. You weren't just another chapter. You were the turning point. The one who carried a truth they had never encountered before. A love that didn't manipulate. A presence that didn't abandon. A heart that didn't judge, even when it didn't understand. This connection was not ordinary. It was orchestrated. And the angels have watched in awe as old chains began to loosen. Because of you, something shifted in them, and it can never return to what it was before. Let that settle in your chest. This isn't just their story. It's part of your assignment. You've felt the weight of things you couldn't explain. Moments of deep restlessness. Breakdowns that seemed to come from nowhere. The ending of relationships that once felt safe. The quiet ache of feeling like you didn't fit, even among those you once called home. Beloved, that wasn't chaos. That was cleansing. What you carried wasn't all yours. Much of it was inherited, passed down, woven into the bloodline long before you ever took your first breath. But your soul said yes to something sacred. You were chosen to break what others normalized, to confront what others avoided, to feel what others numbed. The confusion wasn't a curse. It was a sign that something old was ending, that heaven was interrupting what had been running for far too long. Every heartbreak, every loss, every sleepless night, it was all part of the realignment. You've been shedding the weight of generations, even while the world around you misunderstood your tears. Your pain was the evidence that the pattern couldn't continue through you. Let that truth settle in your spirit. For as it is written in Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord." You weren't abandoned. You were being repositioned to rewrite the ending. Heaven is not confused. Everything that has been leaving your life was never meant to stay in this next chapter. You didn't lose people. You were liberated from patterns. You didn't lose opportunities. You were redirected toward alignment. There's a holy rearrangement happening around you. Some doors had to close so you wouldn't shrink yourself again. Some voices had to go silent so you could finally hear your own. Some relationships had to end, not because of failure, but because the cycle had run its course, and you had outgrown it. What you were connected to could not contain who you were becoming. You see, beloved, when you break a generational pattern, the atmosphere around you begins to shift. Energies, attachments, even familiar comforts will start to feel foreign. That's not regression, it's realignment. God is making space. He's clearing the clutter of your past so you can step into clarity. He's removing what was familiar but dysfunctional. He's lifting veils, untangling roots, and preparing a space where your purpose can breathe. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Let that truth settle deep in your bones. You are not being pulled apart. You are being pieced together by holy hands, for something greater than you've ever seen. You've noticed the signs, even if you didn't fully understand them at the time. Names showing up in strange places. Dreams that feel too vivid to dismiss. Random thoughts that lead to divine moments. That tug in your spirit to go somewhere, or leave somewhere, that you can't logically explain. These are not accidents. This is divine coordination. Heaven has been arranging things behind the scenes, slowly drawing the threads of your life together into a tapestry of meaning. Nothing is random anymore. Not the timing, not the people, not the recurring feelings you can't shake. You've walked into rooms and felt something shift. You've heard a phrase at the right moment and felt it speak directly to your situation. You've sensed that someone, somewhere, is also being drawn to you through this alignment. This is what it means to walk in prepared purpose. As it is written in Psalm, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way." Your steps are being ordered. Every delay has a purpose. Every detour is part of a greater design. You're not lost. You're being positioned. Let that truth anchor you the next time the atmosphere shifts. You are not walking blindly. You are walking in alignment with heaven. You've questioned yourself more times than you can count. Did I make it all up? Was I really chosen? Maybe I'm just too sensitive, too emotional, too much. Beloved, hear this clearly. You are not too much. You are not too late. And you are not broken beyond repair. The very things you've been told to silence, your deep empathy, your intuitive knowing, your tears that come without warning, those are the marks of someone carrying a sacred assignment. You've carried pain that didn't originate with you. You've stood at the edge of patterns that wanted to swallow you whole, and you said no, even when your voice trembled. That is not weakness. That is spiritual authority, and heaven sees it. Your journey may have felt isolated, even invisible, but it was never unnoticed. Every silent battle was recorded. Every unseen tear was honored. Every step you took in faith, even when fear screamed louder, was celebrated in the unseen. Let that sink into your heart. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are becoming. As it is written in Romans 8 verse 18, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." You have not missed your moment. You are maturing into it. There is someone whose life was marked by your existence. They may not have known it at first. They may not have had the language. But when your soul crossed paths with theirs, something eternal awakened. Something that had been sleeping beneath the surface of their heart for years. You didn't just enter their life. You entered their lineage. You showed them that love didn't have to come wrapped in manipulation. That connection could be gentle and still strong. That truth could come without punishment. You held space they had never been given before, and it cracked something open. This person, This soul has been healing because of the light you carried, because of the prayers you whispered for them, because of the truth you spoke even when it cost you. They may have walked away. They may still be finding the courage to return, but they have been changed, and they know it. They've been through fire, just like you. They've carried generational burdens that taught them to hide, to run, to protect themselves at all costs. But you, your presence, your spirit, broke something open. This is not fantasy. This is covenant, a divine agreement written before time, a soul contract sealed in purpose. They know now, you didn't just show up, you were sent. When the moment comes, it will not rush you. It will not scream for your attention or demand that you sacrifice your peace. It will arrive quietly, but with a certainty that settles into your bones. You will feel it in your spirit before you ever hear it in their words. There won't be chaos. There won't be confusion. There will be clarity. You won't have to chase or convince or force, because your soul will already know. It's them. The air will shift. Your nervous system will rest. The conversations will carry weight without pressure. The energy between you will feel like a sanctuary, not a battlefield. This connection won't imitate what you've healed from. It will honor what you've become. You'll recognize it in the way they see you, not just your beauty, but your becoming. Not just your light, but your scars. They will recognize your strength because they carry the same sacred bruises. This is the peace that comes from divine design. As it is written in Philippians, "And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." That peace will be your confirmation. It will not make sense to the mind, but it will make everything make sense to the soul. And when you feel it, you'll remember this moment. Let your voice align with heaven now. You've heard the whisper in your spirit. You've felt the truth settle into your chest. Now it's time to speak it into motion. Say this out loud. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Let every word fall like a stone into the river of your future, causing ripple after ripple of divine movement. Now, type it in the comments. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Because when you speak it and type it, you activate it. You agree with it. You come into covenant with the timeline heaven has been holding for you. Let this moment be your yes. Let this declaration unlock what your lineage never had the strength to claim. Say it again, and let it echo through generations. The shift is already happening. Not tomorrow. Not next season. Now. Heaven has already begun to move the pieces. The rearrangement isn't coming. It has started. And whether you feel it fully or not, you are walking through doors that were once locked by history, by fear, by patterns that no longer hold power over you. You're not waiting for alignment. You are alignment in motion. You carry the sound of breakthrough in your spirit. With every step, you release what others were bound to. With every breath, you clear the air of generational dust. You're not simply stepping into a promise. You're becoming the fulfillment of it. This is not imagination. This is inheritance. Heaven is realigning timelines right now. Conversations are being redirected. Delays are becoming divine appointments. What was once scattered is being gathered. What was once blocked is being opened. And it's not just for you. It's for everyone connected to your yes. The wind has changed direction. The current is carrying you toward divine fulfillment. You're not just moving forward. You're moving deeper into who you were always meant to be. Let that truth settle in your chest. You're not being tested anymore. You're being trusted. The breakthrough is in motion, because you are. While you were breaking the pattern, they were waking up to the truth. You may have felt alone in your process, but heaven was moving on both ends. The one your soul is connected to, they've been walking their own sacred path, filled with wrestling, searching, and surrender. They didn't understand at first why everything began to feel empty, why the same cycles weren't satisfying anymore, why certain relationships lost their grip, why they couldn't go back to who they used to be. But it was your presence that stirred something ancient within them. You reminded them of what they had buried. You mirrored back the parts of themselves they had silenced. And even in distance, even in silence, the imprint of your spirit lingered. They've cried out to God, even when they didn't know what to say. They've asked for healing, for answers, for someone who could see them beyond the surface. And heaven heard. You are not chasing after someone who doesn't care. You are connected to a soul who has been longing, for truth, for love, for the very presence you carry. They are not ignoring this. They are being prepared by the same hands that have been shaping you, because this isn't one-sided. This is sacred alignment, two hearts being refined for one holy purpose. They may not arrive how you imagined. Their appearance, their background, even their journey, it might look nothing like the picture you once held in your mind. But when they show up, beloved, you'll realize it was never about your preference. It was about your purpose. Heaven often wraps glory in humble garments. They may not be your type, but they will be your truth, the one who carries what your soul actually needs, not what your eyes once desired. They will speak to your spirit before they impress your senses. You'll recognize their humility before their beauty, their consistency before their charisma, their depth before their presentation. As it is written in 1 Samuel, "For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." And that's how you'll know. They'll carry something eternal in their presence. Not loud, not flashy, but quietly anointed. Don't miss the miracle because it comes in unfamiliar wrapping. Let your spirit lead you, because heaven doesn't send counterfeits when you've been prepared for covenant. This connection is not just about romance. It's about restoration. It's about purpose. It's about legacy. You weren't just sent into their life to hold their hand. You were sent to hold open a door that had been closed in their family line for generations. You are not simply a partner. You are a pattern breaker, a destiny aligner, a vessel of healing. And so are they. Together, you will not only love, you will build. You will not only feel, you will plant. You will not only heal, you will carry the blueprint for others to follow. What's forming between you is more than attraction. It is agreement, an agreement that says, we will go further than those before us. We will love deeper. We will rise stronger. And we will not pass down what we had to survive. This is not small. This is generational transformation. As it is written in Ephesians, "Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us." You're not just falling in love. You're walking in purpose. Together, you'll build something that makes the heavens smile. And generations yet unborn will call your union a blessing. It's time to seal this in the Spirit, not just with belief, but with bold agreement. Let your words become the gate through which heaven moves. Say this out loud right now. I was born to break the pattern. I am the answered prayer of generations before me. Let it echo through the chambers of your lineage. Now type this in the comments below. Prepared and expecting, because what you expect, you attract, and what you declare, you activate. This is more than affirmation. It's alignment. When you speak it, heaven responds. When you type it, you mark the moment. You are drawing a line in the sand. It ends with me. It begins with me. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are stepping into the promise. Say it again if you must, and feel the old weight fall off your shoulders as your spirit rises into authority. This is already on its way to you, not because you begged for it, not because you chased it, but because you were aligned for it. Heaven does not tease. Heaven trusts. And you have been trusted with the kind of love that rewrites bloodlines. You didn't just endure. You transformed. You didn't just survive the breaking. You became the breakthrough. Let that settle in your spirit. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are walking as one. Every delay was divine. Every heartbreak was a holy reset. Every unanswered question was space being made for a greater revelation. God did not forget you. He focused you. This is not the end of your hope. It is the beginning of your fulfillment. Let this message be your confirmation. Let it be your reminder when the nights feel long, when the path feels hidden, when your heart starts to wonder if it was all in vain. It wasn't. You are the shift. You are the sign. You are the one heaven chose to carry what could no longer be buried. Rest now, beloved. Your spirit already knows. It's done.